Up next, the Timberwolves take... Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. This is Brian. The season winding down here, Grant. Playoff seedings of the utmost importance.
You know, BA, you especially see the bubble teams giving that extra effort now. It's all hands on deck. Very little room for error.
So here are the Jazz starting five. They've got Johnson. He's out there with George. And it's Sensabaugh in at the three. Knocked away. Oh, George with a steal. Johnson passes to George. Pass to Sensabaugh. Ball stolen. Here's Connect. Ooh, poked away. Outside for Randall. Here's Dillingham. Tries again. On the take. Rejected by George. And that'll be Minnesota's ball as it goes out of bounds. Timberwolves able to keep the possession. It's time to take a glance again at that superb block.
And that kind of rejection early on energizes your squad. The coaching staff just loves this kind of hustle.
4 on the clock. Another shot. Yep, that one goes.
And with the shot clock nearing 0, Randall calmly sinks one.
And so George will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Knicks.
There was just no sense of urgency to hit the offensive glass. They have to be disappointed in the lack of second chance points.
Yeah, I agree. Hard to win games when every offensive possession is one shot, then a jog back the other way to play defense.
Yeah, and anytime there's contact in there with Randall, he usually gets the best of it.
Outside Johnson. And George with the jam.
He slams it home and gets some extra camera time chilling on the rim.
Yeah, he did spend a little time up there, didn't he?
The refs are much more lenient with that kind of situation than they used to be.
Man, good whistle there.
Yeah, you could hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Just over a minute and a half in. George scanning the floor. And now the Jazz on the run.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Here's Edwards. Soft touch off the glass.
Boy, how about the strength of Edwards? Confident at taking on defenders and finishing.
Here he goes.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
Time called here. The Jazz decide to talk it over. And now let's turn the spotlight on the NBA's highest held by Minnesota.
They've been having a great season on the offensive end of the floor. It never takes this team long to put big points up on the board.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here in the first. George with the bucket.
Man, he's bringing the energy, the efficiency. I love what he's doing offensively.
Driving inside. And that one drops.
Nice read by Edwards there, finding a wide open teammate and sending the ball his way on target.
And from what we've seen so far in his career, Anthony Edwards wants to be that guy in crunch time, Clark.
Yeah, I love his mentality. Not only in that he wants to be the guy, but he also wants to elevate his teammates. And he plays the game with an exuberance and a joy and a freshness that is, quite good to see. but I like his attack mentality and his willingness to step into leading his team by example at both ends of the floor.
He can't get it to go.
Well, you will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
Johnson with a bucket.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
What a finish. I mean, he just took over himself.
What a show of power right there from the point guard. Man, sweet.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
And that's a foul called on Walker Kessler. That's his first foul. On defense, the Timberwolves. Right wing. Here's Sensabaugh. 17 points in his last outing. Shot clock at 3. And it's blocked by Kessler. And they'll keep possession.
And they're top 5 in preventing points. They have a number of guys who can defend multiple positions, and they work well together as a unit.
And their defense you talked about, holding opponents to a very low field goal percentage. They play alert, aggressive D that does not allow many open shots. Pass to connect. Here's Dillingham. And here's the fast break. Ahead. Here's George, and the layup is good. George has got his 3rd bucket of the night. And now we get a little perspective here on how the hustle game has been for Utah.
They've really been disruptive on the defensive end, forcing turnovers and turning those turnovers into points at the other end.
And also, the coaching staff has to love the hustle so far. Just playing with great energy, getting out and converting in transition.
No luck on that one. For Minnesota, they've gotten 7 of their 10 shots to fall. Pass to connect. Back to Randall. Uncovered. It's rebounded by George.
And unlike some other guys, missing a wide open look won't hurt his confidence at all.
And the shot's good. George has got 9.
All game long, he's been getting to his spots, and the defense has yet to adjust.
Here's Edwards. He's looking good. 2 buckets in 3 attempts.
You know, when you're a guard like Edwards, I think you need the teardrop in your arsenal. Too many great rim protectors in the NBA. That's a shot you need to have.
And Utah calls time here.
And something fans don't always get to see. Some of the closely guarded secrets that happen in that huddle.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major, or it could be just a slight tweak.
Markkanen's checked in for Sensabaugh. Timberwolves on D. Markkanen, the pass to George. Outside Johnson. Pass to George. Markkanen outside. 5 on the clock. George passes to Markkanen. And another miss by Utah. For Minnesota, they've got 8 out of 12 shots to fall. Edwards with it. And there's the goal.
Show us what you got, young fella. Anthony Edwards. Love to see you operate like that.
And that replay courtesy of the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
I caught up with Coach Chris Finch. Facing off with Paul George tonight, I asked them what makes PG such a special player. Coach said, quote, well, he has a huge effect on the game. Paul can shut down your best scorer on one end and then put up 30 or 40 on the other. Tough to beat that. Paul George, he will have a lot to say about this one, guys.
Thank you for that, Allie. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Johnson. And now the Jazz on the run in transition. And the layup is good off the glass. Johnson's got his 2nd basket of the game.
Good, fast-paced play there. It's much easier to find a shot when you beat the defense back.
Here's Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
We've got liftoff here, folks. Once Edwards sprints past the defense, it is an absolute wrap.
George outside. Pass to George. Deflects the pass. Here's Dillingham. George defending. Markkanen for three. Minnesota with a rebound. They're fresh off a win against the Pelicans.
And that one, the other team could not keep up with them offensively. They were prolific.
Yeah, you know, you can't allow them to get into a rhythm on offense. Once that happens, then you're in trouble.
And Anthony Edwards has stated that his goal is to ultimately surpass Michael Jordan.
Hey, look, that is a lofty goal to run after. I don't know if he'll catch him, but I like the fact that he's ambitious enough and confident enough to put it out there. His ability speaks for itself. This guy's a star already, and his star continues to shine. His work ethic and confidence give me belief that he's going to have a chance to at least get close to that. We know about 25 years ago, there was a guy named Kobe Bryant who sought to do something similar to what MJ did, and he got pretty close to matching it.
And so it's George with it. He brings it up for Utah. Trailing by 2. Over connect. And another miss by Utah.
Boy, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
Pass to Kessler. Here's Dillingham. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Pelicans in New Orleans. Edwards against George. From the stripe. And he gets the jumper to drop.
Wow, Keontae George flashing those handles. Nasty stuff.
Here's Connect. 17 points for him last game against New Orleans.
And he gave them headaches with his defense. Constant activity at that end with 4 steals to show for it.
George, good.
Well, he's really been on a roll this quarter. Seems like everything he throws up is finding bottom.
Outside Edwards. Rebounded by Johnson. Utah's gone 1 of 4 from deep. Markkanen outside. Lets it go from deep. Kessler with a rebound. Kessler's got 5 rebounds in the game. Here's Randall. Got it. Good job in the low post. Randall's got 6. The Jazz shooting right around 57%. Very efficient so far in the first. George outside. There's the 3. He's got it going on. Now 7 for 10.
He's going off this quarter. A huge reason why this team is on top.
Here's Edwards. Unable to get that one. Utah leading by 3. George for 3. They get it back. Fires for 3. Good. 8 buckets in 12 attempts.
Cannot let George get his feet set out on the perimeter. He'll bury it.
Here's Randall. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
Love to see that kind of activity. He just makes things happen.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
You know, guys, that's not quite the same success rate he had at the line last year, although it is somewhat in the neighborhood of last year's numbers.
Now here's Conley. Tight defense on him. Pass to Connect. The 3 ball. He buries it from 3. 7 points in the game.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
On offense, here's Utah. Here's Sensabaugh. Now Markkanen. 3-pointer. Rebound Minnesota. Kessler's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
You gotta credit the defense this period. They've been all over him.
Boy, what a throwdown by the well-built 6'9" Julius Randle with power.
Utah trailing here. They need this. And he gets it to go off the front iron.
And they keep trading punches. Both teams in a groove early.
Hey, guys, this is going to be fun now. I mean, we've got ourselves a shootout on tap here.
Pass to connect from outside the arc. Hook it. And it's Randall with the assist. Connect's got 10 points in the game.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Here's Conley. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up.
And Conley's the guy that leads by example. And as a result, his teammates respect and trust him completely.
The Jazz making a switch here. Eubanks is checked in. There's a 4-second difference between the shot and game clock. Here's Dillingham. He has 6. And here's Edwards outside. And another 3 from Minnesota.
Yeah, this period, they're letting him go to work, and it's paying off.
Pass to Filipowski. Now here's Eubanks. With 1 on the clock. Oh, and the buzzer beater is good!
Makes his selection just in time. Well done.
What was really impressive there, though, guys, was that he could have rushed it and panicked, and yet he kept his cool and splashed it.
Anthony Edwards has been on display for Minnesota. His fingerprints were all over that quarter. 13 points, leading the charge. We'll be right back. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. All right, guys, what do you think so far about... And for those tuning in, we're about a minute into this second half. Pass to Sensabaugh. Oh, Kessler with the block. That's out of bounds. It was last touched by Kessler. Johnson against Edwards. Johnson inside.
Starting slow in this half, 0 for 3 so far.
Some solid defense from Edwards. So the Jazz 5 right now. We've got George, also Johnson out there, and it's Sensabaugh in at the 3 spot.
Boy, he's a wrecking ball on offense. Randall, so good at finishing inside.
George passes to George. Utah with another miss.
Boy, an awful beginning to this half, guys, missing their first 4 attempts.
Edwards, no good.
Aggressive mindset, but the defender just as determined to send him away empty-handed.
Oh, and he got fouled. On his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. And the elite bigs today can score posting and facing up Clark. Can all those options make it hard to decide which way to attack?
Well, I agree with you there, and I think it's a good problem to have, quite honestly, B.A. I mean, that's also, I think, where coaching and analytics comes into play. Trying to keep track of what approach is going to work best for you.
Dillingham. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. It goes on Keontae George. First free throw is good. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Productive trip to the line. He doesn't like to leave points on the table.
Jazz trail by 9. Pass to George. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist. George has got 23.
They can finally relax after missing their first 4 shots to start this half.
Here's Dillingham. Randall a screen on George. Randall outside. Let's go with a 3. It's rebounded by George. George has got 4 rebounds now. George outside, and he lobs it up top. Hammers the lob through.
I would imagine it's nearly impossible to not get fired up after that play.
Grant, check these guys out on the bench. Their reaction says it all. They are fired up.
And that's what those alley-oops will do for a team. Ignition switch ignited.
And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
First and fewest turnovers a game, and they are in the top 10 in steals. This is a team that will force turnovers if you're careless with the ball.
And they have to be pleased with their low turnover rate. It's the best in the league because they are fantastic at maintaining control.
A superstar level talent for sure. Anthony Edwards is awesome, but I like his competitive spirit as much as his skill.
Randall outside. Now here's Kessler. Still without a bucket. 4 on the clock. Pass to connect from behind the arc. The offensive rebound. The kick out to Edwards. Oh, George with a steal. George outside. Off target with the 3.
They have a decent advantage in regards to rebounding.
Especially when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
And the Jazz call time here. And the Timberwolves going with a whole new group out there. And coming back from the All-Star break, these are the squads that are filling it up from downtown. 5th, the Timberwolves.
As the season has gone on, the ball has gone in more and more. You like the trend. They're in a terrific rhythm offensively.
Outside Johnson. Back to George. Pass to Sensabaugh. Now George. Beyond the arc. Oh, he powers right through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul, too. And he'll go to the line. They'll pin that on Chris Middleton. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going so far for the Timberwolves.
They've been all about high percentage looks in this game. Working the ball inside and doing whatever it takes to get it to go.
You know, we've got to talk about how they've continued to force turnovers and turn those turnovers into points. They came out aggressive, and they've not let up.
Misses the wing 3. Jazz trail by 5. After his rookie year, Clark, Chris Middleton got traded to Milwaukee.
Well, there were no ripples when this trade happened, B.A. No earth-shaking or anything like that, but it was major for the Bucks and Chris Middleton. He's been a multi-time All-Star, and he also was huge in that championship run in 21 for the Bucks.
Here's Shannon. And it's blocked. And here's George. He's got 12. Fade away. It's hauled in by Isaac. The Timberwolves lead by 5. Here's Middleton, and they cash it in right away with a quick shot. Middleton's gotten his 2nd bucket of the game.
Well, I like the fact that Middleton takes advantage of the mid-range jump shot. When he gets room to pull the trigger from there, he's taking it, and he's almost automatic.
And there's just one foul now away from the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
Edwards, he's checked in for Hood Schifino. Here's Sensabaugh, and he goes in for the dunk.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
You know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
Up top, Edwards, covered by Johnson. Puts it up from 12. The shot no good. And so George will bring it up for the Jazz. There's the triple. Buries it from 3. And now it's just a 2-point Minnesota lead.
And there's a nice rhythm to his three-point shot. You know, George has a confident stroke. Outside
Edwards. He's off on that one.
So far this quarter, he's been out of sync and might be pressing right now.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Paul George spent some time talking about his idol. He said, the person who motivated me as a kid was Kobe Bryant. Growing up in Southern California, watching him every day, I wanted to emulate him. I attacked the game the same way he did, trying to work on every deficiency, play both ends, and be a competitor.
His impact lives on, Allie. Lauri Markkanen's checked in for Utah. Mike Conley comes in for George. Edwards looking it over. Pass to Isaac. Now Middleton. He's guarded by Conley. Outside Edwards.
Anthony Edwards has a great body and knows how to control it. Showing you right there by taking advantage to draw the foul.
And this is his third trip to the line tonight.
You know, even in games where he hasn't been at his best this season, I mean, he still managed to get it done at the charity stripe when he gets his opportunities.
Filipowski, he's checked in for Utah. Jazz trail by 3. Now George. Give him 23. The shot is good, and this game is back to even. George has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Because of his incredible scoring ability, many consider George to still be a star.
And Edwards slams it in.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam.
That's exactly how you send it. 2 hands and down.
Pass to Markkanen. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. And for Minnesota, they're shooting at about 51% for the game so far in this one. Here's Shannon. Yet to see a basket. Garza passes to Middleton. Here's the 3. It's hauled in by Sensabaugh.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Here's Conley. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Conley's got 9 points.
Conley, so crafty with that left hand of his. The veteran knows his way around the hoop.
Pass to Shannon. Releases. Yes, on the jumper.
You know the coaches hated that shot. But guess what? Some of them go in.
Time called here. The Jazz decide to talk it over. Boy, you got to like what we're seeing from Anthony Edwards.
Boy, he's been killing them all night, and the defense looks like it's practically packed it in.
Both teams will make substitutions. Here's a look at some stats for Anthony Edwards.
And he's had a rough past 5 games. He's had trouble finding his offensive rhythm and just hasn't been as effective as he'd like to be on that end. But this is something all players go through, and I'm sure he'll fight his way back.
Minnesota on D. The lead is 2. Conley with the ball. He's got 9. Over Dillingham. The shot by Conley. No good. Minnesota shooting a disappointing 38%. All right, time for an injury report.
Hey guys, the head athletic trainer for the Timberwolves let me know the status. Unfortunately, it doesn't sound good at all. He's likely going to be out for a while. And for a team with eyes on the championship, this injury could have serious implications. We'll see how it affects them.
Okay, Allie, thank you. Boy, this injury definitely looks like it could be serious, guys.
Here's hoping it's not, but yeah, this team may have to get used to playing without him for a bit.
And in the training room, guys, I mean, that is not going to be an easy injury to bounce back from.
It's Edwards on the wing. Lets it go. Pulled the shot a little left. Bounce goes his way, though. Edwards got 9 points now in the second half.
Edwards is rolling right now. If I'm his teammates, he's getting the rock every time.
Conley passes to Filipowski. And it's blocked by Isaac. George against Payton.
And they're a solid defensive squad, finishing in the top half of the league in terms of opponent scoring. You like seeing them be intense on this end of the floor.
And they have to be pleased with their low turnover rate. It's the best in the league because they are fantastic at maintaining control. He's off on the second. Utah's gone 2 of 6 from downtown here in the second half. Count that bucket. George has got 28.
PG-13, using that length inside.
And for Minnesota, they're shooting 51%. Good clip from the field. Edwards with a step. The rebound by Filipowski. And for the Jazz, they're shooting around 45% since the break. Here's Markkanen. Uses the glass on the layup. Markkanen's got 10 points in the game.
And Markkanen is a low down inside close to the bucket. But he's got nice positioning. He's really comfortable inside.
Isaac outside. Kessler a screen. Tipped. And they get it back. The kick out to Edwards. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. Shot is good by Isaac.
You know, Isaac has shown us he's got a nice jump shot. His next step in development is being able to make the hard, contested shots.
For 3, George drills it from deep. George has got 10 points now, just in this quarter.
Deep into the game, you rely on players like him to keep delivering.
Oh, swiped away. And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Jazz.
You have to be a fan of the energy they played with on the defensive end. Active hands and feet, and it's come up big a few times for them.
The shooting's been great, but also how about the energy level? That's what's impressed me the most. They've been getting it up and down in transition.
Markkanen hammers home the lob.
The big man from Finland, Lauri, getting up.
Timberwolves trail by 5. 56 seconds left in the third quarter.
And you have to love it. The floor general taking things into his own hands.
Just the aggression they're looking for, man.
And it just forces the defense to pay more attention to him, guys, which we know can open up things for others.
The shot by Conley, no good.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
And we've got 28 seconds left in the third. Picked by Isaac. 6 to shoot. On the wing, Payton. Right side, Edwards. Over Conley. And they call an illegal screen here.
Tough one. In a game where every possession is valuable, turnovers can make the difference.
And we have to take another look at that block.
Hey, we know every basket's a big one in a tight game, and he is not about to give up an easy look.
There's 14 seconds left in the third. Here's the pick. Another steal. And we've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a terrific game thus far. Utah ahead. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
Served him up.
We've got Walker Kessler. Connect is out there with Julius Randle. Then there's Dillingham, and it's Middleton in at the shooting guard position. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Pass to Dillingham. Goes back up. Utah grabs the miss.
That's a tough walk back to the showers. Pretty sure he'd like to have a couple of those plays back.
Utah leading by 7. So the first one drops, and that stretches their lead to 8.
And there's no question George can fill it up. For him, it's about focusing on shooting good percentages.
Minnesota has gone 3 of 7 from the perimeter during the fourth. Middleton outside. Randall deciding where to go with it. Just 5 on the clock. Oh, there's the alley. And finished off by Kessler.
Oh, great teamwork right there.
Hey, you got to love the finish. Bringing it down with some attitude.
I tell you what, I think the pass was even better. I mean, that was room service delivery at its finest. Man, what a pass that was there. He really, really relishes making the game easier for his teammates.
Middleton, left side. Kessler, a screen on Johnson. The shot. Middleton, no good. And so George will bring it up for Utah. George outside. Launches it. Randall pulls down the board. Here's Connect. .34 seconds left to play in the fourth. To the left wing for 3. Randall. The rebound by the Jazz. Pass to Sensabaugh. To the inside. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. And now it's an 11-point Jazz lead.
Yeah, they blocked out the noise, blocked out the distractions, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what. And they got it done.
Timberwolves foul. Second personal foul. Team is in the penalty.
First free throw is good, and that'll push the lead to double digits. George hits them both.
I think it's a wrap. When the game's on the line, he knows how to deliver the crushing blow.
So we see the Jazz taking the W here. It ends up being a fairly easy road win.
Those are so hard to come by. It's never easy to take a game in someone else's building.
All right, now let's check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
Lauri, an impressive win tonight. What do victories like this tell you about where this team is headed?
It gives us confidence. We showed that if we play well and we play defense down the stretch, we can beat. And we've shown it. We can compete with anybody. We just got to do it for a full game.
Confidence is key down the stretch. Thanks, Lauri.
Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up for Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and
meters. I just put 9 gal in a Sprinter.
100. It won't fit in one SUV.